All right, guys, welcome back. Episode number 9 coming at you on this wonderful Thursday. Hope you're all having a great day. I'm Tuxedo T-Shirt. This is episode number 9 of our Johnny Manziel Player Mode Madden 25 Connected Franchise. We're going to start off today by upgrading Johnny Football. Through 4 weeks of this season, we have 13,337 points to spend on the guy. First thing we did when we got Johnny Manziel was raise his awareness. His awareness was at 50 when we got him, which is pretty terrible. Not often you find a guy with an awareness that low. Today we're going to start off by getting that up to about 75. Started at 66 following that major upgrade we did to start the season, and now we'll look to spend about the first third of his points getting up to 75, which is a pretty respectable number for a rookie quarterback, though we will continue to work on that as time goes on. The next thing we need to do is get this throwing accuracy up. His throwing accuracy so far this season has been a little bit questionable at best. He has made some great throws. I shouldn't say that. He's made some great throws. Just needs to be a little bit more consistent, particularly in his medium accuracy game. We're going to start off by getting that number up to 84 from 81. Sitting at 84, decent number. From there, I think the best thing to do is upgrade his overall accuracy by 2 points, get it up from 83 to 85. At that point, with 85 general number, deep accuracy of 81, medium of 84, short accuracy of 89, we're sitting relatively well. And then because we have some leftover points, we may as well get the awareness up 1. That has Johnny Manziel sitting at an 83 overall. That's 8 points above where he started the season, which is pretty great. Certainly happy with that at this point in the year. By the way, as we always do, updating injuries, transactions. No injuries to update you guys on. Just a couple minor transactions. In yesterday's episode, I predicted that we would sign a defensive tackle and a strong safety to fill the holes that we created when we made a couple trades yesterday. Sure enough, that's exactly what we did, signing Ron Brace and DeJuan Landry at those two spots. Browns management filling in those holes that they created through those trades, and yeah, that's that. On to practice. Tied up on offense will be our scenario as always today, and let me guys know what you think. Some people are still, I don't think, big fans of the practices. I think other people are, and now that this series is almost 2 weeks old, I have kind of decided to go with the practices. Personally, my opinion on them is kind of take them or leave them. So unless there's a lot of people who say, you know what, let's keep going with the practices, I may eventually decide to pull them and just focus on the live action game stuff, which is why it's important if you guys like them or hate them. Let me know. I always appreciate to hear from you guys. As I always say, this is not my series, it is our series. And love to hear from you guys, and I'll definitely appreciate the feedback. We'll get this practice underway as soon as this screen loads. 2nd and 10, as always, is the start of the situation for this practice. 5 minutes left, which is a lot of time. A lot of time to kill for sure. Let's start off by rolling right, maybe throwing the halfback screen back to the left-hand side, get Cameron running the out route. And as you can see, it is pink week in the NFL. And, Manziel just not able to get the ball off fast enough. That's too bad, because it looked like Tay would have had a lot of room to run. Practice team, these guys have such dominant players, and they're one of the defensive ends getting loose, beating his blocker, our right tackle, and getting upfield in a hurry, big time. Jordan Cameron cuts across the face of the defender, and he gets not quite a first down. He makes the catch for 10 yards, but we are looking at, unfortunately, we are not looking at a first down. We are looking at 4th and inches, and so we'll look to run the QB sneak here. Johnny Manziel in his pink attire, clearly NFL Breast Cancer Awareness Week, which typically happens in Week 5. You can see the pink accents on the different players. And Johnny Manziel, there you see it just a moment ago. First down. That brings up 1st and 10 with just over 4 minutes, exactly 4 minutes left at our own 32-yard line. Gresham Cameron Barnage into the game. Barnage, not exactly the most athletic tight end, but certainly a guy who can at least draw coverage. And we'll try and hit Cameron before he gets out of bounds, and we do. 12-yard reception for him. That play a little late in developing, but took a while for Cameron to carry himself out of the zone coverage, and that play will stand, which is great. I formation now we'll get going to the right-hand side. We'll flip the direction of this play. Cameron, the extra blocker on that side. And, wow, Tate enveloped immediately, but actually kept his legs pumping, put his head down, threw his man back by a couple yards, and not an awful first down play, all things considered. 2nd and 8 coming up. This one we have a little cluster of 3 guys, Cameron, Holmes, and Hilliard. Holmes, the tight receiver on the right-hand side. Cameron, the tight end. It'll be nice to get Hilliard, Cameron spreading out different options. Gordon usually comes open on this leveling route. He does not this time. Manziel slides, and that stops him at 3rd and inches. Likely could have got a few more yards, but we are trying to, especially after the fumble in Johnny Football's last game, we are trying to redouble our efforts to make sure that he gets down in time, sliding appropriately as he should for these games. There he gets wrapped up by the middle linebacker, but not before gaining 3 yards on the sneak behind Alex Mack. Alex Mack, such a dominant center. To me, it's not even a doubt. If I could have the decision of having a dominant wide receiver on my team, a dominant middle linebacker, or a dominant center, for me personally, that's not even something I have to think about. I know exactly where I'm going. I'm picking the center every single time. And the reason is, how else could you possibly have a great offensive line without somebody there to anchor it? The center also in real life sets up the blocking schemes for their team. And to me, you can surround a middle linebacker with great outside linebackers who can help compensate for them. You can have a very diverse core of receivers who have the opportunity to catch passes alongside everybody else. But your offensive line, man, it's got to be solid top to bottom. If you have one weak link, man, it can really be a huge issue. And so for me, having that center in the middle who can just light people up, so important. Here we're going to roll it to the left-hand side. We'll get the first down with our legs, slide inbounds. That is perfect because that keeps the clock going. And we should just be 1 first down from clinching this practice scenario. Johnny Manziel had Gresham open, but why pass it when you can just take it yourself? Passing the football, you risk a drop, you risk whatever else. This way, you just get the first down. You take a slide, 6 yards, first down, good to go. We're not going to call this play, by the way, until the play clock is completely out. With 3 timeouts, again, the practice team, unless we get a first down, can stop this drive. But if we get a first down, regardless of which down it happens on, we should be able to seal this practice out with a field goal. Off the right side, no, Tate ducks it back in. I question that decision a little bit. Just 3 yards available in the middle of the field. If he bounced it out, I think he could have had upwards of 8 to 10 yards. But that's fine. We'll go back to the I formation. Practice team predictably calls a timeout. We'll go to run it off the left-hand side. Tate does bounce it around this time, and he gets a little more yardage, 3 yards again, actually exact same amount of yardage. I thought he cut it out just a little far, though, the corner who would have been blocked on that play by Santonio Holmes, obviously not our best blocking wide receiver, eventually losing the block. And we will put the ball in the air here. A successful play here gets us a guaranteed win in practice, and it is good. Jordan Cameron, and he makes a man miss off to the end zone. Touchdown, Jordan Cameron. And ironically, I almost wish he hadn't done that. I would not have scored the touchdown on that play, leaving 39 seconds for the practice team to drive the field. Fortunately for us, that does not happen. But Cameron just looped by his man just a little bit, deked him out, and scores the touchdown. Hey, I guess I guess you figured why not. And again, doesn't hurt us. Browns back on top of the practice game. After losing last week's practice, they had won 5 in a row, lost last week. Nice to see us get back on today. On to the regular season game. Today we are playing a team that people on this channel should be very familiar with. The 1-3 Buffalo Bills come to town. We played the Buffalo Bills for 2 seasons of the first series I ever did on this channel. It was a fantasy draft channel we did. Reselected the entire NFL's roster, and we put together a really great little team. We had our first selection was 2nd overall. We really lucked out with that. And Aaron Rodgers was our selection there at quarterback. We had a lot of weapons on the team. We had Vince Wilfork, Michael Roos, Deshaun Jackson, Darren Sproles, a lot of guys on offense and defense, Vontae Davis, etc., who had very, very successful stints with us. And if anybody is looking to check out an extra Madden series, feel free to check that out. I have a playlist with all 90-some episodes on it. But in the meantime, it's going to be a little strange to play against the Buffalo Bills because there was no live game action in our last Jacksonville Jaguars series. This will actually be the first time on YouTube that the Tuxedo T-Shirt channel features a team playing against the Bills. It's gonna feel a little weird to watch, but we'll have to adjust. We are, of course, at home, so we get to see those wonderful white-on-white jerseys, helmets and jerseys that the Bills have. I've always loved the Bills' look, and admittedly, that was part of my reason for selecting them for the fantasy draft series. We will defend right here, and this will be interesting. We'll see the start of the game. Of course, simming off the top. The Bills drive. They get a field goal in just under 2 minutes of play. This is, I think, the first time all season that we've actually been down in a game. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't recall a game in which we were actually losing really at any point, which is nice. It's a nice thing to have happen, but it's a little disconcerting. We'll work it out, though. We hit Jordan Cameron right there. He gets lit up very quickly by the free safety coming over, but that's a 13-yard reception. And on that play, I was speaking about something else, so I wasn't able to comment on it in real time. However, if you guys want to scrub back in the video, you'll see the strong safety at about 1 o'clock position on the field start to sneak up. And when that's the case, I'm going to go to the tight end in that play every single time. Streak, and barring an amazing play by the free safety to get over, they should come open basically every play. There, that ball's knocked down by the linebacker looking to go to Ben Tate. A very nice athletic play for the linebacker. Tate wasn't terribly open on that play. We had to get rid of it, though. No real option for Manziel to take off. And so no harm done. Ball gets knocked down. Play continues. 2nd and 10 here. Hopkins coming in. Cameron going up. Fly routes for Gordon and Holmes. They're both in man coverage. And Cameron, the long bomb. We try and lead him to the left-hand side, and he makes the catch. Cameron, his man, left him open, and he burned him. Very nice reception. 22 yards up there. 32 yards, if I can do the quick math correctly. And that's a great play. Jordan Cameron showing off early why he is one of the NFL's best tight ends and why he is one of Johnny Football's favorite targets. Ben Tate going to take it around the right side here. Dion Lewis, the lead blocker, and that does not go well. Manny Lawson, the very speedy veteran outside linebacker of these Bills, formerly of the San Francisco 49ers, making that play. Unfortunately, just a poor block you can see there from Schwartz, the right tackle, and that sets us up in 2nd and 13. Too bad there as well, because if Lawson had been unable to make the tackle, I think Tate could still be running, in all honesty. Here we go across the middle of the field again, and there's Hopkins making the catch in traffic. 2 great long throws from Manziel following the upgrade we made to him today, and that's very exciting. Excellent stuff to see. Johnny Manziel has been good this season, but as we've documented on this series, he hasn't been great. Every once in a while, he'll miss a really, really crucial throw, just poor accuracy. But there, he makes a gorgeous throw, and he's been good also all along today. There, Tate off the right-hand side for 9 yards. That is great. On 2nd down and short here, we'll put the ball in the air because, of course, we are not guaranteed, but very, very likely to get a first down on 3rd and 1. Even if we don't get it on 4th and inches, I'd be more than prepared to go for it. Blitz here from the Bills. We go to the back of the end zone, and it's knocked down. Fortunate that actually isn't picked off. Manziel, he was on the run, but he underthrew that one a little bit. Should have led Hawkins just a little more over to the sideline. Got a little coy with that. And number 21, the corner, came up, made the play. Fortunately for us, it's just knocked down, not picked off. And so we hand it off to Tate here, who's met in the hole immediately by Rivers, but not before he does get the first down. A modest gain of just 1 yard, but that's all you need on 3rd and 1. 1 yard, you get a fresh set of downs. It is possible for us at the 11-yard line here to actually get a first down without scoring a touchdown, which is great. We'll see how this drive plays out. We'll get Holmes running the zig, Cameron running the corner route. We got Hawkins running the opposite and the other way, and we'll give it to Holmes. Can he turn it up, get to the end zone? He does! Santonio Holmes makes the catch in the flat, turns it upfield, will not be denied, and he gets the touchdown there. Johnny Manziel, his 5th straight game with a first half passing touchdown, which is excellent. Meanwhile, the Bills take us all the way to the second quarter. Long drive there for them that ends in a field goal. So 2 successive drives for the Bills ending in field goals, and that is why, to me, it's so crucial to come away. By the way, another safety blitz. If you guys are looking, you'll see the player at about 1 o'clock peek up again, and we'll get Cameron trying to go in stride, and there we go. We get it, and he's tackled. The exact same thing that happened on the first down of the previous drive, and you can imagine, first of all, just how high of a percentage play that is, and secondly, you can imagine if Cameron is ever able to just dodge that would-be tackler coming over from the free safety spot. There's the pinch again. No guarantee the safety actually comes this time. They do. We give it to Cameron. Ball's underthrown. Cameron can't hold on to it. Manziel wasn't quite ready to throw that quick pass. Unfortunately, hadn't had his feet set, so that goes incomplete. However, as I'm sure you can imagine, if Cameron could ever make a move, break a tackle, that could turn into a long touchdown pass rather than just being a short little dump off, not a screenplay, but a little fly route that goes in the seam for 8 to 12 yards, so to speak. We'll go over here, rolling way to the left-hand side. Cameron makes the catch in bounds, has his feet set. Cameron's been everywhere today. 4 catches, 65 yards. And on 3rd and 1, we'll look to hand this one off. Just keep it nice, sweet, and simple, and let Tate do his thing. Tate hasn't been very dangerous today, but was certainly capable of getting the 1 yard we needed last time. We'll flip the run to the right-hand side here, the strong side of the field, and boom, Tate capable of getting it there. Dave and Joseph, the right guard, lost his block, and they are going to measure here. Tate would have been, I think, capable of getting a lot more yardage had Joseph been able to hold his block for just 1 split second more, but no harm done. Still a first down at our own 45-yard line. Clock running, 4.5 minutes left roughly. We'll get Cameron running the zig route. Hilliard coming in, Tate clearing out, and with Gordon running, now Gordon, the corner is playing way off. If the corner continues to do that, which they do, we hit Gordon underneath, and Gordon makes a move. He's off to the races. The 25-yard line is where he's brought down the 30-yard reception for Gordon. That's phenomenal. When you see that the corner playing way off, and the first thing they do is back up, it gives the player running the curl route an opportunity, otherwise known as a post route, the opportunity to just sit down in coverage. And when you have a guy as dangerous as Gordon, and they have the opportunity to get some space between them and the receiver, or pardon me, the defender, good things tend to happen. Also, I've just realized that as I pass to Gresham and he goes off to the 10-yard line, down at the 8-yard line, I realized that we never actually changed up the depth chart or debuted the depth chart of the Bills. I apologize. I will do that very quickly right now. Just blitz through it. We'll quickly shake up the wide receiver roster as we'd like it to look on this squad. Burleson and Holmes. Nope, Gordon and Holmes need to be changed. There we go. And quickly run down the Bills for you. This is obviously not the Bills roster we're used to seeing. E.J. Manuel is hurt, so Thad Lewis into the game as the starter. Halfback C.J. Spiller, very talented player. Evan Rodriguez, the fullback. Sammy Watkins, a rookie, already an 85 overall. Mike Williams, the complimenting receiver. Marquise Goodwin and T.J. Graham there as well. Tight end, Scott Chandler, 6'7", huge cat. Cordy Glenn, the left tackle. Craig Urbeck, left guard. Eric Wood, center. He's injured, so the center in today is Garrison Sanborn. Right guard, Cyril Richardson, hurt again. Lots of injuries here. Chris Williams, the starting guard there. And Cyrus Coangio, rookie out of, it doesn't say where, but 6'5", 310, big cat, just 20 years of age, starting there. Left end, Jerry Hughes. Right end, Mario Williams. And the defensive tackle, Marcel Darius. Very, very talented group of guys there. Manny Lawson, the outside linebacker. Middle linebackers, Brandon Spikes coming over for the Patriots, and Keith Rivers. Right outside linebacker, Nigel Bradham. Corner, Stephen Gilmore and Leotis McKelvin. Corey Graham and Nickel Roby there as well. Free safety, Duke Williams. Strong safety, Aaron Williams. Kicker, Dan Carpenter. Punter, Brian Mormon. Sammy Watkins, going to be the returner for kicks. Punt returner is C.J. Spiller, the starting halfback. Not often you see a starting halfback returning, but the Bills have that going on for today. Clock's still running. Meanwhile, we are at the 8-yard line of the Bills. We'll start off in the red zone by running this one I formation off the left-hand side. Don't like the way things are setting up, so we're going to move this to a pass. I think would be the best option. We'll get Tate and Cameron clearing out. We'll get Holmes running the fade route just in case he's available there. And, oh, no, you're kidding me. Hitting the X button as fast as I can. We cannot get it off with Manziel making a last-minute adjustment. That's a pain in the ass because that means we're going to lose 5 yards on the delay of game penalty. And what was going to be first and goal from the 8 is now going to be first and goal from the 13. Doesn't mean we can't score. Just means that we'll have to be it'll be a little more of a challenge. Let's just say that. Holmes running that funky corner route that I love so much. Gordon coming across. He could very easily come open. Would love to hit him there. And he doesn't. Bradham with the pick. Bradham drops back. Did not see him. And Johnny Football throws his second interception of his career. That one costly in the red zone. Waiting for Gordon to pass by the man who was in man coverage on him. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys the replay. He did not see that the other middle linebacker was, in fact, in zone and just fools Manziel, and the Bills get the football. Well, sim to player turn. Bills, fortunately, aren't able to drive the field. Browns maintain their lead. However, that is a black mark in the game. Certainly, turning the ball over in the red zone, never fun. Because it means that you're handing away guaranteed points, even if it's just a field goal. When you're in the red zone that deep, you have guaranteed points. And unfortunately, there Mario Williams, the former Houston Texan, former first overall pick, gets into the backfield. Manziel trying his best to run away, can't quite do it. Williams sacks him, and that one goes for a 7-yard loss. This game going from an on-field clinic almost to a disaster in a very short order. Penalty, pick, sack on the last 3 offensive plays for the Browns. Here we go to Jordan Cameron, and that's intercepted as well. Williams back, and they mix the zone and man again. 2 straight interceptions. This is a disaster, folks. Turned over deep in our own end. Williams just sneaking back. It looked to be that Manny Lawson was in coverage on Cameron. I'll take Cameron on that every single day. Instead, Williams steps in, makes the play, and this time we do get burned. Touchdown Bills. Ouch. 2 picks and a half for Johnny Manziel. That is, ouch. That really hurts. Really hurts, folks. With time being what it is, we can't really run the football here. We're going to have to put the ball in the air. First play, knocked down. 21, attacking the football again. He's been very aggressive today, the second corner of these Bills. And he makes a nice play there, breaking up that pass that would have been about a 17-yard completion to Nate Burleson. Instead goes for nothing. Manziel stands in. He's got good protection. This time he goes underneath the Holmes, who's got some space. Nice speed move, and we'll call a timeout there at the 47-yard line. Good for Manziel to get that completion, to hopefully calm down just a little bit. We will also be receiving to start the second half, which is crucial. We should be able to, despite, again, not having the lead, if we're able to score here and then double up our score there, this game is still very much in our control. When you have the game, or when you have the football, everything's going your way. Here we go, up and above to Cameron, who's attacking the hole in the zone, and he drops it. Jeez. Jordan Cameron, second time that's happened today. Last episode was all about Santonio Holmes unable to hold on to the football. There, Cameron, ball falls perfectly over his shoulder. That would have had us in field goal range right now. Instead, we're back at our own 47-yard line, 2nd and 10. Ouch. Free safety blitz. We give it over to Cameron. This time he makes the catch in the flat. Hopefully he gets out of bounds. 58 seconds left. It appears as though he did, though the clock could start running. Madden does that sometimes. And no, he did, in fact, get out of bounds. That is good. He makes up for the drop just a moment ago, that being a 13-yard completion. We are very close now to field goal range. Manziel standing in the pocket again. He hits Josh Gordon on the zig route. Hopefully Gordon gets out of bounds. He does. That's a 16-yard gain. Wow. Gordon, credit to his athleticism, how fast he can get up along those sidelines and out. And we'll slow this down just a little bit with a run play here. We are now in field goal range. The last thing we want to do is anything to throw off this momentum that we have. Appears to be a free safety blitz. We're going to run away from that. And we hand it off to Tate, who heads right up the middle of the field. Tate, buddy, you're killing me. Just a drag. We'll edit into our audible, rather, and then edit a passing play for this down. Manziel will roll. He'll hit Cameron. And no, he won't. That's a garbage throw. First of the day for Johnny Football. Bad pass, and that's a bad time to do it. Cameron certainly would have been able to take that out of bounds, maybe even get a first down out of it. Instead, we are 3rd and 8 at the 23-yard line of the Bills. Manziel with 2 picks and 1 touchdown on the day. His first 2 interception game of his career. He had just 1 pick through 4 games this season. That is stellar by any quarterback's standard, much less a rookie quarterback standard. Today, he's already doubled that season total with 2, which is regrettable. 3rd and 8, 36 seconds left. We still have 2 timeouts. So anywhere in the field is open to us. Pressure on, out of the backfield. Tate, across the entire formation, comes wide open, and he's tackled at the 5-yard line. Manziel just trying to buy time in the pocket. Suddenly the halfback wide open, and that is a blessing. Very, very lucky on that play. That gives us 3 cracks here in the red zone from 5 yards out. Doesn't matter to me if we get the ball there through the air, on the ground, whatever. If this is man coverage, Josh Gordon will make the touchdown catch on this play. And it is, no, it's not. It is zone coverage, but he's still there. Nobody back there for Josh Gordon. In the zone coverage, Manziel hits him in the back corner, and that is a touchdown. Manziel evens up his touchdown and interception numbers to finish off the half, and he will start off the second half again with the football, which is excellent. Gives him a chance to get in, and we have the lead. That's the bottom line. 14-13 the score. Manziel appears to have calmed down. He did have 1 garbage throw on that last drive, but he really slung it in there with a gorgeous pass to Josh Gordon at the end of the half. A bit of a dangerous throw, too, with Gilmore, number 21, the corner, in position to potentially make a play on the football. But it was thrown perfectly, absolutely perfectly, and that's just phenomenal. Excellent, excellent stuff. Waiting for him to calm down. Here I hesitate. This is an interesting play to run when there's 1 safety in the middle of the field. See if you can get either corner to jump the route. Instead, I'm going to get Holmes to run the curl route with his defender playing so far off the ball. He is open, but Manziel can take off and run this one for 11 yards. No reason to ever sling the ball. And again, I said it, I'll say it again. No reason to ever put the ball in the air, take that risk when all you need to do really is just run forward. Very much easier to just run the football and take the guaranteed yardage than to put the ball in the air and risk anything happening. Santonio Holmes there on the quick out route makes the 9-yard reception. He's got almost 50 yards on the day, which is just fine for me. If he can do that every day, you know what? That's an 800-yard season. Very acceptable in this offense where we do use all of our receivers. It's very unlikely that we're going to get many 1,000-yard receivers if we get them at all. There, Jordan Cameron makes a nice catch, and fortunately, he's not the one who's injured. Last 2 games, Jordan Cameron has missed some snaps with injury. Today, it's the defender there going down. As soon as I saw the injury timeout or injury warning come up, I was nervous for a second, and then fortunately, Josh Cameron gets right back up, back into the game. Hilliard and Tate running opposite one another in this little play here. Manziel stands in for as long as he can, waiting for the play to develop. He's hit before the ball is able to get fully out of his hand, so that goes as an incomplete pass. Looking to Hilliard on that play, but that play is taking a little too long for the blitzing Bills defensive lineman. Getting there early enough to break things up. Here, Gordon running the quick out route. He's open in the flat. Folks, you got to cover him there. Gordon up the sideline. That goes for a gain of 20 yards. He's got 72 yards on the day. Manziel, as bad as his 2 picks have been, his completion percentage is up to 64%. That's up 9% from last week. And he is on pace easily for his first 300-yard game. That would be stellar to get him there, get that 300 yards. And who knows? It could happen very well today. Josh Gordon across the middle of the field. There's pick. Manny Lawson stands up under all kinds of pressure. Josh Gordon just does not get across the field fast enough. And that's a 3-interception game for Johnny Football at this point. That is a nightmare, throwing that pick. And that is 100% on me, folks. Just a pass I had no business throwing. Under pressure, had to get rid of it, and that's silly. Bills take the lead now by a score of 16-14. 3 picks for Johnny Football, and hey, you have to expect the interceptions when you have the rookie quarterback. particularly when he is prone to throwing some inaccurate passes. There, he throws a nice pass to Josh Gordon. I still think on that last throw, if he'd really thrown a perfect pass, because I was trying to lead Josh Gordon right to left, that it could have still been a successful play. The reality, though, is I can't possibly say that. I mean, it is true, but still, even at the best of times, that's an ill-advised throw to make, if for no other reason than I should have known that the ball was not going to become clear enough out of the zone of Lawson. And even then, Lawson is a very, very physically capable linebacker, not your average outside linebacker. I'll just say that. So ultimately, just a poor decision altogether. Manziel rolling. He's going to have to get rid of this. You can see the athleticism. I think that was Lawson giving away there. 96, I think the number was, if I caught it correctly, coming off the edge. Lawson is he's 6'4", if I remember correctly. I haven't seen his numbers, but I've played with him in the past. 6'4", 85-plus speed and acceleration. Just a menace to deal with. And there's Ben Tate making the catch on third down out of the backfield. Gotta love it. Just dumping it off to the running back on third and short. Nigel Bradham makes the tackle. Bradham's got a pick on the day, but there Manziel gets the best of the Browns offense. Also, part of the issue with the picks today is that we've had absolutely no run support. We haven't given Tate a whole lot of chances to carry the football, but it's difficult to do so when every time you give him the ball, that happens. They're just nowhere for him to run. That's not his fault either. I'm not trying to suggest that this is all on Tate. He's had very little room to run at all today. I don't know what his numbers are at this point, but I imagine they're very low. We'll just call a play here to get us to the fourth quarter. And the pressure's on. Johnny Football into his first fourth quarter down. The 4-0 Browns putting their perfect record on the line here for the last 7 minutes against the Bills. Manziel's numbers overall, his day today, aside from one really garbagey throw, has been wonderful. If you take a look outside of the 3 interceptions he has, the 3 interceptions, though, are obviously a hugely black mark on what otherwise would have been a great game. He does have the 2 touchdown passes. He is likely going to go over 300 yards if he hasn't already, but we'll see. There he dumps it off to Tate, who's got some speed, just chased down, and that is Lawson, number 91. You saw there Manny Lawson, the outside linebacker, his ability to bring down Tate. Tate, not a huge speed back, but Lawson just makes a beeline for him, takes him down. Just such athleticism for him. A guy who was on the bench for a lot of his time in San Francisco, finally got signed somewhere else, and all of a sudden started tearing up the league. Everyone's saying, whoa, where'd this guy come from? Yeah, he's that good. And he shows it on that play. Josh Gordon on the zig move. Josh Gordon has been on fire today. Demolishes the would-be tackler, Stephen Gilmore. Gordon with a great reception there. That should put Johnny Football over 100 yards on the day. And we're going to go ahead, look to the run game now to just slow things down, take the pressure off Johnny Manziel. You'd hate for him to throw that 4th pick, particularly when it looks like the Browns are slated to score here. We are now in field goal range, which means that the last thing we want to do is risk a turnover in a game where we're down by 2 points. You can't risk a guaranteed 3 points. Mind you, it's far from guaranteed at this point because Billy Cundiff from this range. And Johnny Football, that one actually almost picked off. He was looking to flip the ball ahead to Ben Tate there, who would have, I think, had almost a clear out to the end zone. Instead, he's hit as he threw. The ball barely got out of his hands, hit one of the defenders in the chest. Fortunate, very, very fortunate we were on that play that ball was not intercepted. It would have had to be a very, very athletic play there from the defender to make that catch, that pick. However, we'll count our lucky stars on that one. Here on 3rd and 8, Cameron looks in, knocked down by the defender again. Again, a play that could have easily been picked off. Just not a lot of openings. Fortunately, we do get a look at the replay here. And on that play, Josh Gordon underneath was there. However, just nothing else available. Burleson was in single coverage, as was Holmes, but both very well covered. Gordon was the only option there. But even then, is he going to be able to get to the 26-yard line on this play? I doubt it, because as soon as that ball comes out of his hands, the defenders are crashing. They're probably hitting him at the 31. And so we'll see. We'll have to put our faith in Billy Cundiff here. Something I always hate doing And 51 yards is the distance. We'll have to see how well he can boot this football. He has been very good from beyond 50 so far this year, but this one with the pressure on, he misses. Billy Cundiff misses the field goal from 51 yards. That's his third miss of the season, and that could prove to be an issue. Defense comes out, gives up another field goal. Fortunately for us, game is still just a one-score game. But Johnny Football, pressure on. You talk about that. 4 minutes left, down by 5. He needs to put together a scoring drive. And we'll see how he does here. Ben Tate open out of the backfield. He gets almost swallowed up and then keeps his feet moving. That's an excellent play. 2nd and inches, a great place to be at this point of the game because it allows us to take a chance here if we so choose. Burleson going to be releasing. I would rather have Holmes running that route and Gordon clearing out underneath. Little to no pressure. Holmes, we're going to unleash. This is a risk here, folks, but Holmes elevates, picked off. Holmes, terrible play on his behalf. He's going one-on-one with the safety. That should be advantage Holmes all day long. Instead, Holmes doesn't even elevate. That's one of those plays that drives you crazy in player mode because if you were able to take over the route from the receiver, make him your user player, you could elevate. Holmes didn't even jump on that play. Fortunately for us, the defense comes out, gets a quick stop, which is hugely important because of the situation in the game. And Jordan Cameron makes the catch, makes one man miss, fights off another man, gets down for a huge gain there. I don't even know how far that play went, but my goodness, that's a great play. We'll make that a quick thumbnail here. Jordan Cameron coming to play today, 150 yards on the day for him. That could have gone for almost 50. And so Jordan Cameron will get the first non-Johnny Football thumbnail for this series, and he deserves it on a play like that. That'll be the thumbnail. There we go. Clock moving still. Or no, it is stopped. It has stopped at 2:20, which allows us to slow this one down, given that there is still 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. No rush at all. Johnny Manziel's 4th pick on the day, which is kind of let's be honest here, it's kind of the benchmark for a shitty game. It really is. If you throw 3 touchdowns, 3 picks, it's like, well, you know what? You didn't have very good ball control, but at the same time, you put up 3 touchdown passes, lots of yardage, whatever. But when you throw that 4th interception, that means at that point, it doesn't matter what else you really did. You could throw 7 touchdowns, 4 picks. Still like, well, but you threw 4 picks. That's kind of the way it goes. And Johnny Football, who had 1 pick in 4 games, coming into this one, has now thrown 4 picks in 1 game. Not a good look at all. But fortunately for him, he's still got a chance to win this thing. He gets a couple blocks. He's up the sideline. Manny Lawson giving chase. Manziel brought down to the 5-yard line. That is a first, and that is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful for him. And we'll look to keep this one going at this point. Looking to put the ball in the air. Cameron moving out. Actually, you know what? Let's put this ball on the ground. First down, we may as well. We'll get. We called the play. Ben Tate's got some room. He fumbles the football. Get on it. Browns get on it. Ike Hilliard, the fullback, gets on it. That would have been a disaster. Ben Tate fumbles the football, and that's actually the tragedy there is we've now lost several yards on a play that should have, by all means, seen us easily come out with positive yardage. That sucks. But fortunately, again, not the end of the world because we do have 2 more downs to work with. Johnny Football, he sees the opening up the middle, and he scores. Johnny Football, rushing touchdown on 2nd down, puts his Browns up by 1 point, and we'll quickly see now if that is going to prove to be enough. Johnny Football celebrates there with the touchdown. 1:24 left. Browns going to go up by, and we'll call, we went for 1. Okay, that's fine. I was going to say we should go for 2, call the timeout. Wasn't able to do it, but that's not the end of the world. That's not the end of the world at all because the 1-point conversion can still benefit us depending on the situation. Let's see how the defense does. Wow, and Bills fail to drive at all. We get the ball on their 14-yard line, and that, folks, should just about seal this one. They do have 3 timeouts to worry about, but at the same time, we have opportunities to run the football here. Ben Tate, 4 yards there. Mario Williams, you see him there, the former 1st overall pick of the Houston Texans, now defensive end of the Buffalo Bills, doing his thing. And, wow, crazy game. Manziel, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. He's standing in the pocket here, and he's got some room, but he's going to get caught from behind if he goes any farther by Mario Williams, who at this point, just the faster player, more stamina left for the game, clearly, and unable to get the ball off. We'll look to run the football here. Quick toss, why not? This play has traditionally not worked, but who knows? Maybe we'll catch the defense off guard with all their men in the box. And nope, Ben Tate enveloped. 4-yard loss, and he's injured. Okay, great. Very great play there. The downside of that play, the really, really big downside of that play, too, is that the injury timeout means that the Bills get to keep one of their timeouts. Horrible. Well, that play is a disaster. Not wanting to risk anything, we go for that, the conservative route, and it bites us in the ass. I guess sometimes there's something to be said for throwing all your cares to the wind and just letting a rip. So 40 seconds left. We'll have to turn it over to our defense, and they are successful. Tate, good enough to stay in the game. This should just be a matter of kneeling this one out. And Johnny Manziel, despite an ugly performance, because today was an ugly performance, 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground in addition to that, but 4 interceptions really hurting him. Still gets the win. It's a 5-point victory. It's an ugly victory. Let's be honest here, folks. It's an ugly victory. But at the end of the day, I suppose that doesn't matter a whole lot when you got the victory in the bag, which Johnny Football does here. He'll kneel it out one last time. Clock will expire. And that's that, folks. That's game. And, wow, gotta love it. We're going to blitz through the stats here today because my computer recording software is warning me that we're almost out of hard drive space, which is an issue frequently for my computer. So we'll just blitz through them here. Johnny Manziel, not a very pretty game. He was 23 of 38 for 374 yards. That's pretty stellar. That's a career high for him. 2 touchdowns before picks. Thad Lewis, meanwhile, 10 of 21 for 136 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. C.J. Spiller, 91 off 20. Ben Tate, ugly, 24 off 12 with a fumble. Manziel, 32 off 5 and a touchdown. Receiving-wise, Josh Gordon, 109 off 7. Jordan Cameron, 150 off 7. Gordon, Holmes catching touchdown passes today. Spiller catching the touchdown pass for the Bills. Paul Kruger leading the way for the Browns with 6 tackles. Manny Lawson with 5 sacks in this one. 1 for Mario Williams, 1 for Paul Kruger. Picks, Nigel Bradham, Manny Lawson, Aaron Williams, Duke Williams, and that's it. Yeah, just 4 picks, all for the Bills. Wonderful. Dan Carpenter was 4 for 4. Billy Cundiff, 1 of 2, including 1 missed field goal from 50+. Brian Moorman with 2 punts in this one, none for the Browns. Sammy Watkins, Justin Gilbert, C.J. Spiller with the returns in this one. Punt, boom, and that is that. Thank you so much for joining me, folks, for episode number 9 of this Browns series. Johnny Manziel Player Mode Madden 25 campaign. I am Tuxedo T-Shirt. Browns 5-0, an ugly 5-0 in that one, but they get the win all the same over our beloved Buffalo Bills. So until next time, thank you so much for joining me. I am Tuxedo T-Shirt, and I'm out.